Central Arkansas Sugar Bear Basketball Report. Sponsored by 1037 The Buzz, AT&T, All Clean Restoration Services, Crane Automotive, AT&T Real Yellow Pages, First Security Bank, Sonic Drive-In, JJ's Grill, Zaxby's, and the Log Cabin Democrat.
Welcome to this week's Central Arkansas Sugar Bear Basketball Report featuring head coach Matt Dangle. I'm your host Steve Owens, and you finished off a two-game homestand here this week against Nicholls State. Got a big 20-point win, and it was a lot of pressure on you going in, but your team came out and really responded from the opening tip.
I thought we came out really hungry in that game, and I felt like the team with the most energy would be able to come out on top, and that proved true this week, and it was a big home win. As
we set the stage going into the Nicholls State game, 4 games left in the season, 2 at home, 2 on the road. You needed any combination of 2 wins, and always the first one's important, and that's what we got Wednesday night against Nicholls State.
It was really important for us to get started off on the right foot in this last 4-game stretch and protect home court. You know, being undefeated at home, I guess we're now 15-0 at home this year, and in front of a great environment again. And we also supported a great cause in Samaritan's Feet. But it was nice to continue that streak and keep that streak alive. And I guess we've won now like our last 18 of 20, and heading into Southeastern, it'll be a big trip.
You talked about the team with the most energy coming out and being the victor, and one thing you've kind of preached to your team so far is staying hungry. Even though you've got a 2-game lead with so many left to play, being hungry, staying hungry, and playing for more than just a tie, but play for the win.
Yeah, growing up, I was taught to share, but whenever I was competing, I wasn't very good at it. So I've typically just asked the kids, do you want to share a title or do you want to win one outright? And I think we've earned almost earned the possibility of sharing one, but we'd like to win one outright and be the only one with a banner in our facility that says 2012 Conference Champs.
So you got the week started off on a good note, Coach, and in a minute after we get back, we're going to take a look at a package featuring your 3 seniors, and I know it's a group special to you because that's your first signing class when you got here.
Well, and they're a group that when we first got here, they only won 6 games in that first year, and they've earned the right to have their day on senior day when we return home, and we're excited to have them back.
Talk about how special it is now to kind of win a championship. I know all coaches and players, when they come in, want to win one, and here we are on the cusp of it. But with this group, your first group, about to finish up their playing careers here, I know that's extra special, isn't it?
It's quite a turnaround. It's pretty remarkable the way things have fallen, the way the cards have fallen, so to speak, and we're fortunate to be on this end of it if we can just close it out. But not knock on wood, not to jinx anything. We have to stay hungry and go to Southeastern and still win on the road.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the 3 seniors, Marcy Moffitt, Destiny Rogers, and Nakia Gaiden, right after this.
I'm Jay Myers with Crane Buick GMC, the GM Giant right here in Conway. We're proud to support the UCA Bears. Come let us show you that we're the best place in the state of Arkansas to buy your next vehicle. Best selection, best service, and best prices. Come see our full-service dealership. Bring your UCA ticket stub and get an extra $500 off or 10% off any service visit. The GM Giant loves Conway and the UCA Bears. Crane Buick GMC, 1003 North Museum Road. Go Bears!
CraneTeam.com.
What's going on here?
Oh, just eating a Baja dog with pepper jack and jalapenos.
Uh-huh. You pay for that hot dog?
What?
We got a complaint that some guy was down here rattling chains and moaning.
Oh, okay. And just because I'm a ghost, you assume it's me.
You have a good night, sir.
Hot dogs like the new Baja dog, just $1.99 each. Get creative and make your own commercial at thisishowyouSonic.com.
Back here on the show, and this week we're going to take a look at our 3 seniors, Destiny Rogers, Nakia Gaiden, and Marcy Moffitt, and they've been through an interesting ride over their 4 years with the worst season in Sugar Bear history. Their first year, all of a sudden, they're on the cusp of a conference title. They've kind of seen the highs and lows, and we'll start with you, Destiny Rogers. It's been quite a ride over these 4 years, and trying to end this on a very high note, aren't we?
It's been crazy. It's, freshman year we won, 6 games, and now we've won 22, so it's just a major flip-flop, and to be on a winning team, it's been fun.
Talk about how much fun it's been to play with these 2 specifically in your senior class.
That's a lot of fun. We get along, and, just like everybody else, I feel like they're my sisters. We're all family, and when we get out here, we play together, and it's fun.
We've talked about the chemistry with Coach Dangle and some of the others over the last few weeks and why this team's so successful. And obviously you mentioned with these 2 here, but with the rest of the underclassmen as well, just talk about how that plays into the whole team aspect.
that plays in with every team. You got to have chemistry. We got to know, most of the time people know what others are thinking, I guess you could say. But we work together, we play hard, and we try to go win.
Talk about some of the fun moments over your career over the last 4 years.
I have to say winning, because when we were freshmen, we didn't do that too much. So definitely, me being away for a year and coming back and winning was, it was great.
Does it make you appreciate more this year, all the success we're having that y'all had to experience that first year?
Yes, because we would have never thought we was going to get a ring freshman year, and we finally have a chance to get a ring, and, what better way to go out than to get a ring. Has
your favorite moment of your career happened yet, or are you still kind of hoping to add to it?
I think the ring will be the favorite moment.
All right, Nikia, it's your turn. As Nikia Gaiden, the senior from Twin Groves, went over the 1,000-point total of her career here last night and went over in Nicholls State. And kind of some of the same things with you that we talked about, Des, kind of being able to rise from the bottom, so to speak, and try to end your career on the ultimate high.
It was a great experience. And to move from 6-23 to 22-4, it's been a great ride, and I love it. And I just hope we keep going.
Talk about the leadership that this group provides for all the underclassmen.
Oh, I look up to Dez and Marcy. They have me going. As long as I got them, I know can't nobody stop us.
Coming in over your freshman year, obviously a not so well year as we're going to put it here, but what were some of the things that you guys learned that y'all have imparted on this group and that y'all have taken to heart over the last 4 years?
Just having great chemistry amongst the team is like a great thing for us, because we pretty much know what each one is going to do, so we play off of them. So. How important
is it to end your career on a high note as we're trying to do here?
Very important. We've come so far. Why give up now? So we have to keep going.
Is that one of the things now that you guys really have to focus on, taking the word is focus over these last 3 regular season games and then into the tournament?
Be very focused. That's all I have to say.
How much fun is it to play here at home? Basically home, just right up the road. I know that's been pretty important to you, hasn't it?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I have nothing but kin folks down here, and it's just a great atmosphere to play in.
And you're prepared well. You came from Guy Perkins just up the road, and playing in that system and then coming here, it wasn't just a whole big adjustment for you, was it?
Oh, no, not at all, even though we didn't run plays there much, but it was a great experience here. So.
You're one of the dual threats on this team. Offense or defense, which one do you like better?
That's a tough one, but I love defense more than I love offense.
You like the challenge of being matched up on the other teams. For the most part, the other team's best offensive player, and having that challenge to stop her or shut her down.
Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I feel that he has put that on me. He believes in me to do that, so it's a great opportunity.
And then offensively, just talk about the weapon you are, where you pose several threats. We saw it even last night in the win against Nicholls State. They sag off and you start knocking down to 3, and then when they come out, you just drive right past them. Talk about how important that is.
Diversity. They don't know what's going to hit them, and I feel that my team gives me that opportunity, so I have to take it.
The 4 years, I know they've flown by, but kind of talk about your expectations for this last couple of weeks. I know what we hope happens is that, kind of talk about that.
It's I have to say it's going to be a great experience, and I feel that we all are on the same boat as in going all the way, getting that ring, as Des says.
Well, thanks, Nikia. Marcy Moffitt, the senior from Batesville, she may have had the most interesting ride out of these 3. A former walk-on, all of a sudden graduates in December, and now she's a scholarship player, finished up her educational 4 years here on December. Now one of these senior leaders, one of these other 3, and kind of talk about your experience over the last 4 years.
Oh my God. Starting off as a freshman, as a walk-on, I didn't know what playing time I would get. Coach Daniel, of course, told me he'd treat me as a scholarship player. But freshman year, we came out 6-23, awful. And then after that, being 22-4 now, what can you say?
No, I asked them this. You appreciate it. You have a whole lot of better appreciation for what you're doing now than as opposed to just being used to it. And you've earned this record, haven't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've worked so hard for what we've got. We've achieved everything that we've wanted so far, and hopefully we'll finish out right.
Talk about the challenges it was. There are high expectations coming into this year, and y'all actually living up to them. And I know it's been a grind every day, but working hard and actually being able to live up to the expectations, and then hopefully finishing this off right.
Well, we all knew the expectations, and thankfully just none of us took it to the head, and we've stayed solid and stayed with it and done what we've had to do to get it done.
Talk about the adjustment you've gone over 4 years. I know that freshman year you came in as a walk-on, but you started a whole lot, and as the years have gone on, you found a niche coming off the bench and kind of being one of the more heady players we have and being able to get people in the right places. Just kind of talk about your adjustment that you've had over your career.
Well, I feel like, coming in as a freshman, I didn't really know what to expect, but now I know my role on the team, and I've accepted that role, and I just have to go with it.
We've talked about team chemistry with the other two. Obviously, I'm sure it means the same to you.
Oh, of course. We have to have it.
Is that one thing that when you come in, you didn't know what to expect? Those early years, is that one thing y'all learned early to band together and look? I know y'all don't know what y'all were expecting coming in that freshman year and what happened, but knowing what y'all know now and who y'all been able to play with, it's just a whole lot enjoyable to play, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Freshman year coming in, I feel like we had a lot more individualism on the team. And as we've gotten better, we've learned to play together, and we know that we have to play together in order to win.
All right, Des, after the freshman year of 6 wins, y'all had some personnel changes, some roster moves, and ended up basically being kind of you three that ended up making it all the way here. Just kind of talk about y'all's feelings after that freshman year.
Well, we didn't really understand it, well, I didn't understand why, a big group of girls got cut, but obviously he saw something better and, saw something bigger, and it worked. And, I got cut for other reasons, but I'm happy that I got to come back and I got to finish it out with them.
My feelings on that, I mean, as Des said, I didn't know what was going on, but it obviously happened for a reason, and I mean, we've obviously came up from that point and done better, and I mean, there's reasons behind it, obviously.
When it first happened, I was shocked. I'd made bonds on that team, and I didn't want to give those bonds up. But after these last 3 years, I've made better friends, and we've stuck together even closer than that team. So I know it was all for the best.
And a follow-up off that, did it make this bond with you three right here that much closer?
Oh, of course. I mean, we're the three that stuck through it, and we're here till the end.
Okay, back to Destiny. You have one of the more interesting aspects here, wrapping up your senior year, getting to play with your younger sister, Desiree. How important and how special is that to be able to finish up your career with her on the floor with you?
It's very important, not only to me, but, to my parents. And I had no clue. We didn't think that I was going to get to play with her in college, me having to leave that 1 year. But being able to come back, it was a blessing. I'm thankful for it.
All right, now we're going to switch things up a little bit and go to kind of your favorite moments, maybe some favorite Coach Daniel moments that each one of you have.
I think one of the funniest moments is when we're in a game and he gets so frustrated and he will turn about as red as a tomato and he will try to break the board, and I swear it take about 30 seconds for it to break. And then when it finally breaks, just like, okay, we just throw it to the side. But
Nakia?
Oh. Well, there was one time we were in our dressing room, and we have a glass vase in there full of rocks, and I don't think we had any rocks in there at that time, was it? It wasn't a lot of rocks. But he had ended up just breaking it, and he was like, I'll bleed for you. It's like, it was interesting at the point in time. I didn't want to laugh, but it was a very intense moment, obviously. He was trying to make a point, get a point across. So.
Was it received well?
It was received very well. Very well.
All right, Marcy.
All right, so when Coach Daniel gets mad, apparently he likes to throw balls around and kick them around. So freshman year especially, he grabbed like probably 6 balls and just threw them up in the stands. We didn't know what to do. We were standing on the baseline. Next thing you know, he says, run and go get a ball. I'm pretty sure I just stood there. But there's like 3 other people that actually knew where the balls went and ran and got them. We come down, he gets mad at us again, throws more in the stands, so everybody's looking where the ball's going. I remember me and 2 other girls ran and got a ball. We were fighting over it up in the stands, and he had to stop us because he knew that we weren't gonna stop until he said something. But it just seems like our funny moments with him is when he's getting mad at us.
All right, we'll start back with you again now. What's one moment you'll take away from your career?
as of right now or when we finish? Because I'm hoping when we finish it'll be that conference championship and hopefully go into the NCAA tournament.
I'll accept that.
Okay.
Nay?
I'm pretty much with Marcy. I can't say too much, but it's been a great experience. I can add on to that.
Definitely being able to, do what we said we want to do and take home a ring. I mean, it's not a better way to go out as a senior than to get a ring.
And then playing with these two right here, and each one of y'all take that question, how much fun it'd be to wrap up your career with each other?
I mean, we love each other. We're like family, and we've stuck together through this, and we're going to go out together, and hopefully we go out with a bang.
Same exact thing Des said, and it's I mean, I love these girls. They are my sister, and I mean, hopefully after all is said and done, after we graduate, we'll still be in contact with each other, obviously.
Of the few of us that came in together, we're the three that are still here. It could have been just two of us, but thankfully Des got to come back, and I'm just thankful for all the opportunities that I've had with them.
Well, Destiny Rogers, Nikia Gaiden, Marcy Moffitt, thanks for yours, and let's hope we can finish this up on a high note. As that's your 3 Sugar Bear seniors this year. When we come back, we'll take a look back at the Nicholls State game here on the Central Arkansas Sugar Bear Basketball Report.
Welcome to Moe's and great eye-opening moments.
You guys are skins.
Need to regain your swagger? Our new taco stacks are filled with Moe's famous queso, 2 crispy corn tortillas, fresh veggies, shredded cheese, and all-natural cage-free chicken. Then folded and grilled crispy, making everyone feel tougher. Well, almost everyone. Moe's, feed the moment.
Welcome back, and Coach, we mentioned in the opening segment, we started off the week against Nicholls State here at home, a team you took a furious comeback down in Thibodaux to win back in January, a 17-point second half comeback to win. And with Nicholls State coming in, they had some things go against them earlier in the week, and they lost a game due to a forfeit, and a very hungry team coming in, wasn't it?
Yeah, and, it's an unfortunate situation for them, but, that's the rules are in place for a reason, and, that wasn't going to interfere with our approach, and I thought we came out really hungry, and, we started off the game, before the game with a spiel about Samaritan's Feet supporting a great cause, and I'm sure there will be more information on that to come in the future, but so I coached the game barefooted last night, and we played like warriors last night from tip off to buzzer, and really helped us protect home court.
And it wasn't any more evident than on the defensive end from the opening tip on.
It really was. I think we held them to under 29% from the field, and our group did a good job of changing our game plan as we went along, just to try and adjust and do the things, figuring out how they were going to combat us, and then we were aggressive. As you see Nikia Gaiden there on the drive, we were aggressive from the jump.
And that's a highlight we're probably going to see over and over again, is Nikia Gaiden, the senior from Twin Groves, just really darting right down the lane and taking it right to their defense and getting open shots or creating right there just like that.
Yeah, and Des made a good pass, but Meg made a great catch on that play there, and they tried to come back at us, and we stayed in plays. As you see Nikia on defense, Nikia had a great night, and she stepped on top of somebody in some career record. We're breaking so many records right now that we don't ever talk about, that we don't even worry about, and I think she even spoke to that after the game, that she had no idea that it was even happening. We don't really focus on that kind of stuff, but what we are focusing on, as you can tell, we're trying to push the tempo, and we found them in transition, and then Nikia, they back off because they can't keep her in front. She knocks down a 3.
And she's done that for 2 or 3 games in a row now. She's been able, when teams sag back off or try to help out on the drive, she's getting hot behind the arc, and I know that's an extra weapon we need.
Yeah, it really helps us. As you see us, we make an error on the outlet pass, and then we pick up a loose ball, and we get to the basket, push the ball in transition. It leads to easy plays, and you see we take the 14-2 lead.
In transition again, we saw it against Sam Houston State, and we saw it in the first half again, getting back off their missed shots and rebounds and getting back down the floor.
Yeah, and then we finished on putbacks. Courtney Duver there with the putback after Nikia's miss, and they're all big baskets at this point, and we missed an assignment right there, and it was 18-5, and then before you knew it, it's 22-10, and we were able to close out the first half, but we knew they were going to come out the second half really hungry, so we tried to extend the lead. As you see us getting the ball to Weston Taylor in the corner, and then Courtney Duver here on the kick out. Nikia's going to drive it, and then we're going to get the looks that we want.
It's been fun kind of watching this team as Weston Taylor hits her second three-pointer. She's heating up. She went cold. I won't say cold, but hit a spell where she wasn't knocking down shots, but we've seen the last two games her stroke pick back up, and I know we talked about it the last show. That's really a big bonus for this team.
It's really nice, really helpful, and so we've got to do a good job of continuing to find shooters when they're open, and especially when they're feeling really good and really confident. And you could just kind of tell in Weston's demeanor last night that she was going to have it rolling, and it certainly helped us.
How much fun is it to watch this team when they're attacking the way they were last night?
Oh, it's as fun as anything I do. Besides spend time with my wife, this team, when they're fun to watch, and when we've got things cooking, they're a good group to watch.
You were up 38-18 at the break, 20-point lead, which is what you ultimately won by. Here in the second half, more shots start falling from the outside. Destiny Rogers, we've sung her praises over the last couple of shows as she's picked it up toward the end of her career as well.
Yeah, she really has. She's these seniors, it gets real important to them when they start figuring out it's almost over, and we're starting to play with a sense of purpose and a sense of pride that it's almost over, and we've got to continue to grow and get better, and they've got to continue to go out through life and grow and get better. And so this, it's a good way to end their experience here at Central Arkansas.
And they're definitely being the leaders of this team.
They really are. They're showing it every day in practice, and we're able to adjust on things because of their experience. And so I'm just really happy with how we played last night.
Defensively, only one of the few shots that actually went in for Nicholls behind the arc. They came in the top shooting team in the conference, behind the arc, free throw line, everywhere, and all night your defense kept them off balance.
Yeah, it was a good effort on the defensive end, and it led to our energy on the offense, and they cut the lead down. And they made a push as we knew that they would, and we missed an assignment there, and they knocked down a three because they're very capable. But we extend the lead back up, just through our effort and kind of tenacity on the defensive end of the floor, and then not letting up, and then their defense is going to break down, and you see Nikia there for a traditional three-point play.
We saw a couple of those in the second half of their traditional three-point play. We talked about Nikia Gaiden. She went over the 1,000-point total last night in her career, only the 21st Sugar Bear to ever do that, and what a nice story she is.
Yeah, it's hard to keep all the records straight because so many different ones are breaking so many, so it's I can't ever keep them straight, but I'm really pleased with where our effort's at, and how we've gone on this run, and I guess we've won 11 or 12 in a row. I don't even know what it is, but all I'm worried about is getting the first stop and the first score at Southeastern.
And a nice way to finish. You were up 20 or so. They came back, which you said they would, but this team answered the call and was able to hold them off and really never let them get comfortable and get back into the game.
I agree. I mean, we kind of sustained, as you see the shot clock running down there, but Meg's there on the putback and another traditional three-point play, and she has a crazy canny knack for the ball, and then gets to the free throw line. As you see a post feed there to kind of finish off the game. The last bucket scored to Chantel Moss, and it was just a great team effort.
67-47 final score, the 10th time this year you've held an opponent under 50 points. The defense has been the calling card our season, and it was here last night again.
And anytime you can hold them less than you score, you got a good shot to win, and every time that happens, we get a win, and just so happens that 22 wins. We busted blackjack. That's the most this team's ever won. Winning 12 games in conference play is the most this team's ever won, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
And it's good to be on top.
It's nice to be on top right now, but we got to stay hungry.
Well, that was the wrap-up of the Nicholls State game. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll take a look ahead to the Southeastern Louisiana game right after this.
Real Yellow Pages, YP.com, and YP.com on your mobile. More ways to search, more ways to find. Only from AT&T.
Flooding happens. When it does, call All Clean Restoration, Arkansas's solution to disaster restoration. Flooding, fire and smoke, tornado, and more. We are Arkansas's #1 restoration company, able to reverse the damage of any disaster, large or small, and get your home or business back to the way it should be.
Tell your insurance company you prefer All Clean Restoration.
All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
Back here on the Central Arkansas Sugar Bear Basketball Report, awards time this week, and your Sonic Player of the Game, none other than Nakia Gaiden.
Well, you know, with her breaking the record that she broke and her ability to get to the free throw line all her career, she's just been a remarkable player for us and very deserving on this night.
What a weapon she is to have. As we've seen her now, she's starting to knock down the outside shot, but the way she can penetrate and drive and either kick it off or get to the basket or get fouled.
And one of the things people don't realize is what she does for us on the defensive end of the floor, usually matched up with the most potent offensive player from the other team, and she does a good job of getting the ball stopped in transition.
Log Cabin Stat of the Week. We could go with a couple of them here. 22 wins, the first time this group's ever been over the 21 win total, or 12 conference wins.
Yeah, and you know, that being the first time that's happened in our Division I history, and you know, there's so many streaks. We're 14-0 at home, and that's the best start that any team's ever had at that pace. And but I'm happy to get the 22 wins and be 12-1 in conference play.
The ATT Play of the Week would be Nakia Gaiden's free throw, where she reached the 1,000 point total, just the 21st Sugar Bear in history to do that.
Yeah, and when you talk about plays of the week with that free throw, there's going to be more of those to come because different kids are going to break different records throughout our tenure, and that's just a true testament to the types of kids they are and the type of program they're a part of.
So you got the win against Nicholls State, and now we hit the road for 2 more games. And Saturday it's Southeastern Louisiana, the University Center. We've won some games there, but it's never easy going into the Lions' Den.
It will be a grind. It will be a grind, and they just lost a tough game at Texas State, and they're fighting to get in the conference tournament. They weren't last year, and I'm not sure the year before, so they'll be hungry to get a win, and they always do a good job of protecting home court. They're a different team at home than they are on the road. But even here, they were up 2 at the half on us. We were just able to extend the lead late, and so I anticipate it'll be a tough road test.
A lot of athletes on that team, and as we sit right now, they're in 8th place in the conference tournament, as you mentioned, if it ended today. So they've got a lot riding on their home floor.
Yeah, and then we'd turn around and see them pretty quick if we were able to, close out and get a win in the last 3 and finish out as the #1 seed. So there's just a lot on the line. We could see any of the last 4 teams that we played in the first round if we were able to get a win and be the #1 seed. So these last 4 games, they're certainly important.
So we'll take a look back. We'll take a look back at the Southeastern Louisiana game next week here on the Central Arkansas Sugar Bear Basketball Report.
The Matt Daniel Collins Show is on the Bear 91.3 KUCA at 7:30 on Mondays at Beef O'Brady's in Conway. Come by for a chance to meet your favorite Sugar Bears and enjoy the weekly show specials and giveaways.